Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
And welcome to another episode of Rankum. It's going to be a fun one today. It's Father's Day in America. I don't know in other countries as well to have Father's Day today as well, but definitely not here anyway. But we've got Jordan here. Jordan, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm missing my Father's Day dinner for this, but that's okay because I took my dad out golfing yesterday and that counted. So it's all good. Happy to be here.
And also, what seems to be a really trend lately is have to have both Jordans on at the same time. We've got JP here. JP, how's it going?
What's up? Shout out to all my bastard kids that I followed all around the world. Daddy loves you, even though he never calls.
And last but not least, we've got Richie here. Richie, how's it going?
Yeah, Father's Day is not till September here, so I've got some time to not forget to get
That's
him
weird.
Yeah,
You guys are so weird.
But yeah, no, good to be here to talk about Gerard Depardieu Butler.
Yeah.
I'm glad I joined you.
Yeah, I've always never understood why like America has Father's Day, Mother's Day really close together as like other places have Father's Day. Never.
Well, we just want to get it out of the way. I don't know, something like that.
But anyway, how this works, we're each going to go around and nominate a Gerard Butler movie we think belongs on a top 12 list, and the rest say yes or no to it. Because we've got an even number of panelists, it's going to come down to the other three people on the panel whether it makes the list. But with that, Jordan, what is the first movie you're going to bring up?
Let's see. So I'm trying to think of what I want to bring up. I did watch two movies for this. I think one of them that I saw was the live action How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm not bringing it up because I don't think anyone else has seen it but me. So,
but yeah, I think it's reason to bring it.
Okay, yeah, but so let's start with one of the ones that surprised me, a good old disaster movie. Let's go with Greenland. So and yeah, I think Greenland is really, really solid, and it looks like we're getting a sequel too, which is cool. Because yeah, it's just kind of like, I guess a countdown to an apocalypse, pretty much. And so they're trying to find safe a shelter, and you got Gerard Butler and Marina Baccarin, I don't know how you say her name, but and Scott Glenn. So and yeah, it really surprised me. Like most disaster movies are just kind of mediocre for me for the most part, but there's a few that really shine though. There's about 5 or so for me, but yeah, I'll say Greenland for my pick.
JPO, what do you say about Greenland?
Yeah, no, it's a big yes for me as well. This is a surprise because maybe because of Geostorm, I didn't really care about this movie, and then I had heard a couple of good like word of mouth, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I love Marina Baccarin, both as an actress and also just as a looker. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, and no, this works. This is better than just shit's just falling apart just to fall apart. Roland Emmerich's sake, like it's a little bit more about the characters to a big degree. So I actually quite enjoyed this one.
Richie, what do you say about Greenland?
JPO, you absolute creep. Keep your eyes off my 7th wife. Okay.
Oh, geez, damn, Mormon Richie over here.
Yeah,
actually,
the polygamist.
I think out of all of us,
I don't know.
There's one woman in here, but it's not me.
Yeah.
I get my shit mixed up. Man, my bad.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I love Greenland. I think it's great. Yeah, on the surface, I'm like, this is probably like, I love Gerard Butler, but the string of like run-of-the-mill action films where you just get like, direct to streaming action film. I didn't take much notice of it. So yeah, and it wasn't until I think Pez was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, I'll check it out, and it's really good. And yeah, How to Train Your Dragon remake also got Scott Glenn in it. So there you go. There's there's a time there. But yeah, so I'll say yes for sure.
Yeah, Greenland was a nice surprise. For me, it was a nice, like, fun disaster movie. Yeah, I don't know when the sequel's coming. It was initially supposed to come out in March this year, but it's it's. I was just reading up. It's been delayed indefinitely at the moment, so we'll probably get it sometime in the future. So, but in this case, I realize and it's going to be for me. So Greenland is going to make this list. Dave, here we go to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything crazy off the book. I'm just nominate the first How to Train Your Dragon. Again, this is another one that I actually almost kind of slipped on at first, just because not every animation movie necessarily sings to me. Dragons don't necessarily, but again, I think the characters, the humor, I think it actually has some kind of brave elements. Like the way Hickam gets injured in the end, kind of think it has a little more guts than like just your average like PG, family fare. And it ended up being one of the best trilogies. And I'm not even just talking animated; I'm talking literally. It stacks up against any other trilogy out there because all three are actually quite good. But I'll nominate the first one to get it on here.
Richie, what do you say about How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, I mean, it was going to come up eventually, and I think that the first one is the one that should be put on here. It's really, really good. Yeah, wasn't expecting a live action remake this soon, but hey, it turned out good. Turned out good. Spoiler alert, it's pretty good. But yeah, and this movie is really good. I think Gerard Butler is great in the role. Yeah, like Jessica said, it sort of goes places where you didn't think a PG movie would go, especially at the ending. And yeah, it's just a really charming, really great storytelling and great movie to look at. So it's just a great visual feast of the eye. So I'll say yes.
Yeah, no, I think that it helps when you get the same director of the animated movie to do the live action remake with full amount of control, and this is what happens. I haven't seen the remake yet. I'm definitely excited to see it for what I've heard about it. But yeah, I really love the animated one though. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, it'll definitely be fun to see Gerard Butler reprise his own role in the remake when I eventually get around to it. But it's yes for me for this. Jordan, what do you say about How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, I think that they're all good, and the question might come up that do we want to have multiple of these on here? Maybe I don't know because they're all just really good, but the first one's probably the best one, and just speaking of the live action one, that for me I was very surprised. Someone who doesn't love live action remakes, like this is really good. Like if you've seen this one, you've probably seen the live action one, but the live action aspect kind of steps it up even one notch above the animated movies for me is really good. And also due to the fact that they make the dragon in the live action look like the one in the animated ones. So like learn from that Lion King.
Well, they have they can make it like a wolf dragon.
Yeah, right. so yeah, but yeah, the animated one's great though. Yeah, it's really really good. I mean, I kind of just I gravitate more towards this one because of the story and I guess like the friendship between him and the dragon too. But I don't have pets. I haven't had pets for a while, so I don't connect as much as like it being a pet necessarily. But even without that aside, it's still really good, and I understand how people do connect, and I think that's a cool thing. So I'll say yes.
If that How to Train Your Dragon is going to make the list, Richie, we go to you for your next nomination.
Just a tidbit there. You even got Julian Dennis in there, Malcolm in the next one. No one
Yeah.
trying to do an American accent, which is not. Anyway, there's quite a few I could choose from here that are good. I'm gonna go for one that's again surprised me because I just thought it was going to be a classic action movie fare, but ended up having more layers to it than some. I'm gonna Law Abiding Citizen. I think this movie is quite good. Yeah, it's sort of it's sort of it's sort of him and Jamie Foxx have that good chemistry, and it sort of raises a lot of like, it's like, yeah, does he go too far with revenge? There's a lot of there's a lot of questions of morals there, but yeah, I think it's a great performance by him, and yeah, it's one that I've watched a few times. So yeah, I'll go Law Abiding Citizen.
But with that on to me, yeah, I think Law Abiding Citizen is a nice surprise here. And it's honestly been a while since I've seen it. So I don't remember it that well. But I do remember enjoying it and liking it a lot. So it's going to be yes for me. Jordan, what do you say about Law Abiding Citizen?
Yeah, I think that law abiding system is really good. Yeah, I think that Gerard Butler just plays like a really like crazy guy, but when he gets into jail, he's kind of orchestrating things from inside the prison cell, and you wonder how he's doing it. Because some of it seems a little far fetched, like I don't know if that's possible, but maybe I don't know. I don't know how people orchestrate stuff from inside jails, but and then Jamie Foxx makes a great villain too, and yeah, and then there's just some character actors that are fun, like Regina Hall and Cole Meany and stuff in there. Yeah, I'll say yes.
Your mic is muted or whatever. No.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
JPO, what do you say about Law Abiding Citizen?
Yeah, I'll give this one a yes. Yeah, I do like it. I think there's some interesting elements to it as well. There's some things I don't love about it, so it's not going to be super high for me, but I do think it deserves to be on the 12.
But if that it's bound to be to nominate something. And yeah, so I'm in the same year. There's two movies about an attack on the White House. One starring Channing Tatum. The other is Olympus Has Fallen. And but from that reaction, I knew Jordan knew this was coming. But I think this is the better one of the two. And yeah, and I think it's a really fun action movie and just a blast from start to finish. And I think Gerard Butler is great in this. And yeah, so Olympus Has Fallen. Jordan, what do you say about it?
Yeah, so I do still like it, and I can give it a yes. I mean, I'm just one of those weird ones that prefers White House Down, just because I think it's a little more fun and like lighthearted, sort of, just a little bit. They like add some humor to it, and this one sort of does, but mostly not. But and yeah, I think Gerard Butler's great in it. Morgan Freeman's always good. It's another one with that has Angela Bassett in it on this list, and yeah, I think that it's good. I mean, I'm not like raving about it, but I'll give it a yes for now.
JPO, what do you say about Olympus Has Fallen?
Yeah, speaking of Father's Day, this is a good bring your daddy to the theater kind of movie here. I think the first two is exactly what I did. Yeah, no, it's a good action flick here, so yeah, I'll give it a yes.
And Richie, what do you say about Olympus Has Fallen?
Yeah, in the bevy of Die Hard ripoffs, this is one of the better ones. And yeah, I think it works. It's one of those ones that should be like a kind of forgettable, catch on streaming movie, but they're fun and they work, and I think this is the best one out of the three. So yeah, I would say yes.
And I believe we actually just got a TV show that's somewhat based on this as well.
Interesting.
Paris Has Fallen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if it's connected to this franchise or not, but yeah. But if that Olympus Has Fallen is going to make the list as we go back to Jordan for his next nomination.
Yeah, let's go with This Is Sparta. Let's go with 300 because yeah, that like I'm surprised how much that I love this movie and I go back to it all the time. I think it's really, really good, and yeah, just a cool take on like the Spartan army going up against the Persians and 300 men. I mean, I think like very deep down there's some truth to it, but it's really based on kind of like almost I think a comic book or a graphic novel, something like that. But yeah, and yeah, I don't think that Gerard Butler's ever going to be that ripped again. I mean, you never know, but because he's even talked about it in interviews. But yeah, and I'm a big fan of the director also. So I'll stand by him. When not everyone does, but I'll say 300 for my nomination.
JPO, what do you say about 300?
This is the moment I've been waiting for on the show, so I can say the words. I haven't seen it.
Oh, dang! Shoot.
Into it on that first. You should watch it for long time.
No, it's in the same category as Titanic now that I enjoy not seeing it because people always go, "What?" And I get enjoyment out of that for some reason.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Titanic?
No, and I never will.
Oh. Nah, you don't need to. It's fine.
No,
I've seen the one scene.
Yeah.
I've seen the one scene I have to see multiple times. Other than that,
Yeah.
the one where he draws her. In case I wasn't being specific.
That's gonna be the one where they're floating on the door at the end.
No, I think I've also seen most of that. See, I've seen enough of the juicy parts.
But Richie, what do you say about 300?
Yeah, I almost forgot which movie we're talking about for a second there. But yeah, I guess it's in my name. I guess it'll be weird if I'm like, no. It's sort of what put like I won't say put Gerard Butler on the map, but definitely his breakout role. He was in stuff for it, but yeah. So and yeah, it's one of Zack Snyder's better movies. And yeah, I think it's a great film. Visually, I think Zack Snyder's style works for this film, and yeah, I think obviously. And I think Gerard Butler's performance was great. So I'd say yes.
Yeah, I love 300. I think it's fun, and yeah, like it is based on a graphic novel, but it also does have some actual basis in fact as well. Like it's one of those ones with anything that happens sort of at the age and stuff. Like sometimes you do slightly have to question on if it actually happened or not, but I think it's one of those ones like I trust the historians to find out that stuff from what they can gather up. So, and I do know this battle did actually happen, but and yeah, 300 is a great movie, and yeah, and it's funny because as you may have noticed with Funmas, I've started doing like a AI graphic thing, and so I did one with Gerard Butler movies. It's like it's got basically him in a whole bunch of suits, and then at one point it's like him as Leonidas from 300, just looking so out of place on the thing. Yeah, but 300 is going to make this list, and we go to JPO.
Yeah, let's see here. All right. Yeah, let's go with Who Watches the Watchmen. Was he in that?
I don't know.
I think he was in Watchmen.
I just saw it on the list, and I just realized.
I don't think he is. No.
Why is it on this fucking list? All right, yeah, no. As soon as I said it, I was like, that doesn't even sound right. All right, fuck it. I'm pivoting now. I'm gonna go with let's get romantic here, just us guys with "P.S. I Love You." Oh shit, the dog either hates it or loves it. I don't know.
Yeah. You upset the dog.
I know that this is a relatively sweet concept of Hilary Swank loses her husband, who leaves her all these letters that she's kind of slowly maybe starts to fall in love again with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And I don't know, like I said, not one I necessarily go back to a bunch, but I thought it was actually really well done for what it's going for.
Richie, what do you say about P.S. I Love You?
No idea. To throw it back. Haven't seen.
yeah, this is one that honestly, out of all the people I thought was going to bring it up, I didn't expect it to be JPO, funny enough. But
I'm a
but
romantic guy. What are you talking about?
oh, you know, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying this doesn't seem the kind of romance movies you're into. If that makes any sense.
It'd be weird if
Anyway,
it'd be weird if you did. Hey, JPO, you're a romantic guy. Just randomly just told him.
but anyway, I do love the movie. I think it's great, and I think their chemistry is like really good. So it's a yes for me. Jordan, what do you say about PS? I love you.
Well, P.S. I haven't seen it, so sorry.
You guys,
Unfortunately,
fuck 300. Y'all need to get your romance on.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. Not really rushing out to that one, but
Makes me
God
feel
forbid you have a little bit of a heart.
Unfortunately, it's not going to make the list. Richie, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
All right, I'll bring up one that I saw for a long time. I keep getting the first time, long time, first time, right? I keep getting your name mixed up on your show. Anyway,
Crap, Thursdays at 8.
Thursday at 8 when I get the title right. You know, but yeah, Den of Thieves. Den of Thieves is a great movie. It's great ensemble cast. It's it is very much like a very heat coded. It's very reminiscent of Heat. So there's a lot of it is in some scenes that's like, oh, that's quite a rip of Heat, but like it's still done very well. And like great. I think Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. are quite good in the role in their respective roles. You have interesting people show up there, like Max Holloway, the former UFC heavyweight champion, has a small part in this movie, and also Michael Bisping, former UFC middleweight champion. But yeah, like it's a cool ride. The only like downside is it's like 2.5 hours. Know your movie. You're a 90 minutes.
yeah.
You're 100 minutes. You're 90 to 100 minutes. That's what you are.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's quite good. So I'll go. Den of Thieves.
Well, this time it's my turn to say I haven't seen it.
Ooh.
No, this is one I did want to watch for this, but I just struggled to find it. So I just didn't get around to it in the end. But I do want to see it. I did want to see it to when the sequel came out, but didn't get around to that either. But Jordan, what do you say about Den of Thieves?
Yeah. So this is one that I didn't have a lot of expectations going into, and that usually works out pretty good because when I have lower expectations, I end up liking it. And the movie's really good. Yeah, it's really cool, kind of like almost like Heat. I think that's kind of a good comparison. They're like a gang of ex-military guys, and they go into like I think they're like robbing a bank or they're doing something like that. But it's good. The less said about the sequel, I mean, it's okay, but I think this one's better, so I'll say yes to it.
JPO, what do you say about Den of Thieves?
I'll give this one a yes. Yeah, I like this one more than the sequels. It just has a little bit more of an upbeat, speed to it and a better collective cast. Both of them are a little bit too long though. But you feel a little less in this one. There's more shit's happening.
But Den of Thieves is going to make the list, and it's going to it comes back to me. I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to bring it up because why not? Look, say what you want. Movie 43 is a fun movie. And look, and well, yeah, he's only a small part of it, but it's still it's still one of those ones like it doesn't arguably count as a cameo because they're all short movies. Well, a lot of these actors have small screen time in it. And honestly, I think Gerard Butler's great as a crazy leprechaun in the movie. I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, Jordan, what do you say about movie 43?
Well, you know me, Malcolm. It's a hell no for me. I am not a movie 43 fan, and I think the Gerard Butler is the single most annoying thing. Well, I mean, maybe close to the a Hugh Jackman nutsack one, but I mean, they're just like all just one stupid segment after the next that just is not funny and just doesn't work for me. And I'm just like, what are we even doing with all these A-listers in all these segments? I'm just like, no thanks, not for me. So sorry, it's a no.
JPO, what do you say about movie 43?
I thought maybe it might have squeezed it, off the top of the dome. That's why we talked about it in the chat. But no, it still doesn't make it when I actually did my list. I do think he's one of the better skits. I think his other ones fail more than his, but it's not enough to make the list.
And Richie, what do you say about movie 43?
Yeah, the only times I laughed were his skits and like maybe just at the escalation of the Halle Berry student merchant one. Um, uh, but yeah, I can't do it. It's not. It's just the story behind the movie too. Apparently, they're all sort of almost blackmailed to be in this movie, and then it was just like the only person that showed up to the premiere was Sean William Scott. No, yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I mean, I had no hope of it making this. I just wanted to bring it up.
Sure.
Jordan, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
So yeah, I'm gonna bring up one that I actually watched for this for the first time. I hadn't seen it, and so if I would have had more time, I would have watched even more than just two. I watched two for this, and I watched Plane for this, and yeah, I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised by it. I thought, by the sounds of it, there's so many of these like generic like some guy in a plane, he has to stop the terrorists or like whatever. But this one's totally different, and it just kind of it takes it in a direction that you may not see coming, and it's even like for most part kind of less about the plane than them just where they crash and like trying to survive. They crash on some crazy island with like all these kind of like I don't know what we want to call them, mercenary kind of guys that are just like they have taken over this island to where it's in the Pacific Islands and somewhere near the Philippines, and the Philippines government won't even go there. So because they tried and it never worked out for them. So they're trying to figure out how to get these guys out of there, but also how they're going to survive on this island with like crazy stuff going on. So yeah, I was actually pretty surprised by it. So I'll say Plane.
JPO, what do you say about Plane?
Well, since you guys screwed over my rom-com with Hilary Swank, this now barely makes the list, but it makes the list now. So I guess we'll have another action movie with us four dudes. Way to be typical, guys.
For fathers are more into action.
Richie, what do you say about
I
Plane?
ain't one. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I like Plane. I think is it? Yeah. I thought maybe I wasn't going to be. I didn't hear Jordan's pitch for it because I was cutting in and out. But luckily, when it came to me, it fixed itself because it wanted me to talk apparently, so that was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Plane. I do like Plane. I think there was supposed to be a sequel called Boat, but I don't think that's like the last interview like the boy Coulter had was like, yeah,
that sounds like a fucking a shitty onion joke. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No, it was genuinely it was called Boat. It's genuinely true. It was called Boat. Yes, like look it up. Don't just shake your head.
I'm gonna make no effort and say I'm right. No.
Technically the sequel was supposed to be called Ship, not Boat.
2025 attitude right there. And yes.
But yeah, Plane was a nice surprise for me. And yeah, I think it's a fun movie, and yeah, so Plane is going to make the list. Um, JP, are we going to go back to you for your next nomination?
All right, how about I go 0-2 now? Because I hope people have seen this. I got to nominate really fun flick, Cop Shop. This is a really great kind of like B-level action movie here, but it knows what it is. Him and Frank Grillo, as well as a really great female lead too. I should look up her name. Kind of going toe to toe here. You also got a great character actor in Toby Huss. You've seen everything from the 2018 Halloween to voice acting and Rear 911. He's really good too. As another like kind of foe that comes into the fray here. It's a lot of fun. It keeps you engaged until the very last showdown. Unless it's louder, yeah, she's great. So yeah, I gotta go for Cop Shop.
Richie, what do you say about Cop Shop?
I've seen Cop Shop. It was on my net. The next thing I was going to bring up. Now that it's yeah, Cop Shop. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's underrated. I think it should be on this list. As much as I wanted to be like, yeah, you know, just to be a dick and go, no, but no, I can't. Cop Shop's good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will be that person. I never got around to it.
God damn it.
But Jordan, what do you say about Cop Shop?
I have seen it, yeah, and Cop Shop's really good, yeah. That would have been one I would have brought up because yeah, I think that's really good at just like kind of just like a cool kind of I don't know like just battle with the cops in a small town and one of the guys wants to get locked up I guess for safety because someone's after him and then just like crazy things ensue it's a fun time. So yeah, I'll say yes to Cop Shop and yeah, I think Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo they work well together. So yeah.
But I think Cop Shop is going to make the list. But Richie, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
Yeah, I'm going to bring up another sort of one that's sort of a bit underrated, sort of a biopic that kind of fell under the radar. That's pretty good. I'm going to go with Machine Gun Preacher. I think it's about Sam Childers, this bikey dude, and yeah, it's one of those ones that relies on his performance, and it's a really strong performance. I think it's kind of a it's one of those ones that does prove that he is actually quite a good actor, not just like the other sort of gun-toting like tough good-looking tough guy. It's just I think it's like sort of grapples with like this idea that he's a violent dude, but he at the end of the day, like he is trying to do good and like repent from his past like transgression. So I think it's I think it's like really I think it is a really good watch, and I think it just sort of flew under the radar when it came out. So Machine Gun Preacher.
Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting, and it is one that I saw on the list of movies I haven't seen, but I shrugged it off as being one that, yeah, I don't think many people have seen it, so I didn't watch it. Which I probably shouldn't have now, but it's too late now. I can't just suddenly go back in time and watch it in time to say yes to it. But Jordan, what do you say about Machine Gun Preacher?
Well, I remember seeing the trailers for it and thinking I'm not sure about that movie, and I still haven't watched it. So it is a blind spot. So I guess no for now.
JPO, have you seen Machine Gun Preacher?
Come on, guys. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Well, screw you.
Dope title. Dope title. I do like the title.
Yeah, pretty good title.
But with that, it's back to me. I'm gonna bring up a movie that we talked about a few weeks ago when we did Dennis Quaid movies. And it's playing for keeps. And I thought this was a really sort of fun sort of sport romance type movie, and yeah, it's got a really good story to it, and I think it's a lot of fun. But Jordan, what do you say about playing for keeps?
Yeah. I think for the last one, I might have said no, but for this one though, I think that it does bump up a little higher on the list for Gerard Butler movies, and yeah, it's a fun little kind of rom-com-ish with Gerard Butler and Jessica Biel and Dennis Quaid because it was on that episode. But I remember some of the like. Did they go to like a soccer game or they're like what?
Yeah.
Doing something with like soccer? Yeah. So yeah. And I watched it on a date, and yeah, and the date just picked it because it's not one that I would normally pick, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever you want. So yeah. So I'll say yes for it. I thought that it was fun. Yeah.
JPO, what do you say about playing for keeps?
Never seen it.
Richie, what do you say about playing for keeps?
It's gonna go on the list for 2 votes, isn't it? No, because I haven't seen it.
Well, it's actually not because I brought it up, and but for that we're gonna go back to Jordan. What is the next movie you're gonna bring up?
Well, just because we're kind of, I wouldn't say like running out of movies, but like there's a lot of franchises, so maybe we could have 2 from it. I'll say How to Train Your Dragon 2 because I think that they kind of go in like an order where the first one for me is the best one, but then probably the second and then the third. But what I like about it is that all the characters age kind of like according to maybe how they would in the progression of the movies. In this one, you have Hiccup, and he's about 20 years old. He's like a young adult now, and you get to see like the continuing adventures of Hiccup and Toothless, and just more the same great stuff that you get from the first movie, except for the relationships already established here. So you just get to see them kind of just flesh it out more and just more of that stuff. And I think that it's good. And compared to what else is on the list, I'd watch this over some of the other things. So I'll say How to Train Your Dragon 2.
JPO, what do you say about How to Train Your Dragon 2?
Yeah, I always left room on the list for at least 2 of these, for a couple of reasons. One, I truly think again that they're that good. Like I think at least a couple of them belong, and then also the last couple on this list are going to not be like great to where it really belongs now. You know what I mean? So it all depends on which actor that we're talking about here. So yeah, I think again I love the trilogy, so I was ready to at least accept 2 at the very minimum. So I'm gonna say hell yeah.
Richie, what do you say about How to Train Your Dragon 2?
Yeah, I think at this stage, yeah, I wouldn't. I think yeah, it's sort of getting to the point where you're going to accept sequels and other, so yeah, and I think How to Train Your Dragon 2 is great. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun in this trilogy. I'm looking forward to the how they do it live action. I think it's coming out in 2027, I believe. So yeah, So no, I'd say yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is one that, like, for me, I do like all the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I do think they're all good. This is actually my third favorite out of the trilogy. I actually prefer 3 a little bit more. But I do still like it enough that I'm still going to say yes to it. Even but it is going to make the list. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is making the list. JPO, we go back to you.
Alrighty. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with Guy Ritchie Rock and Rolla. I think this is another ensemble by Guy Ritchie. One of his harder R ratings. Some humor doesn't totally hold up, but a lot of great fun segments that I think still do. I was intrigued by the plot and some of the twists, so I've always been a fan of Rock and Rolla.
Richie, what do you say about Rock and Roller?
I always, it's one of those movies where I like it a lot, but I always forget it exists. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, I do enjoy it. I really like the soundtrack. The song by the Subways, "Rock and Roll Queen." But yeah, and yeah, but I remember enjoying it. It has that classic Guy Ritchie humor, the mobs stuff. So yeah, yeah. If I remembered it, I would have put it on my list because yeah, I did quite enjoy it and I enjoyed it before. So yeah, I'll say yes.
Um, yeah, for me, this is probably the bigger ones or the ones that I didn't get to, but this is one that just because looking at what I've got left to bring up, I don't see any of them kind of making it in here, so I'll happily give this a blind yes. Jordan, what do you say about Rock and Roller?
Well, that's good. I won't be the only one to do that because I haven't seen it. But yeah, compared to what we have left on the list, I'll just give it a blind yes because this would have been the next movie on my list I would have watched if I had more time. So yeah, I'll say yes, sure. It looks good, and I like Guy Ritchie for the most part.
We've got two spots left. Richie, we go back to you.
See, there's like one I wouldn't mind bringing up that I know majority of people wouldn't have seen it. It's like a very small indie movie. uh, and one that's like from a franchise, and I'm like, okay, do I just bring that up? So I'm just going to bring up another franchise one. Why not have two of both? I'll go London Has Fallen. Um, uh, I think it. Again, I mean these movies work. I don't know, and yeah, I think I think it. I think Butler's great, and his role, and yeah, I think yeah, I think the action's there. Yeah, it sort of it's just dumb, silly fun, and I think it brings it to the level, and I enjoy the series, and we're getting down to the sort of why here. I think we can allow two in the franchise, so yeah, yeah, go London Has Fallen.
Jordan, what do you say about London Has Fallen?
What about you?
Yeah, what about you, Mike? Don't skip yourself.
Yeah, no, I love London Has Fallen. I think it's really good. Like I don't have a problem with any of the movies in this trilogy, honestly. I think they're all a lot of fun for me. And yeah, so it's going to be a yes for me. Now, Jordan, what do you say about London Has Fallen?
Yeah, this is one that I wasn't gonna bring up, but if someone else did, I would say yes because I have seen them all, and I think that it's kind of interesting with London Has Fallen because it's a different country, but so what? I mean, that doesn't really matter that much. It just seemed like he should be protecting the president on most of them, but yeah, but still fun. So I'll go London Has Fallen.
And JPO, what do you say about London Has Fallen?
I would have said no, just because there actually is stuff I still wanted to nominate over what I think is a good but inferior sequel.
But if that London is going to make the list, and it comes back to me, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to bring up The Bounty Hunter with Jennifer Aniston. And look, and this is one that I honestly I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember liking it when I first saw it, and I think it's honestly a lot of fun. It's a fun comedy, and I think Gerard Butler and Jennifer Aniston have sort of a good chemistry in that, and yeah, so I personally enjoyed it myself, but I guess see where this goes. Jordan, what do you say about the bounty hunter?
Do we only have one spot left?
Yeah.
One, right?
We do, yeah.
Because I'm just looking at my list, and there's nothing else that I'm like super high on. There's some other stuff I could bring up, but for sure, but I think the bounty hunter is fun enough. I think that Gerard Butler and Jennifer Aniston do have some good chemistry, and yeah, you get some interesting kind of side kind of character friends like Jason Sudeikis being like one of the best friends in it. So yeah, I think that it's fun enough. It's not one I go back to really, but I think for this list that I could make it, sure, just squeak in there. Yeah, I'll say yes.
JPO, what do you say about the bounty hunter?
Nope. I would have voted movie 43 over this. I still have 4 movies higher.
Richie, what do you say about the bounty hunter?
Yes, I think Dog the Bounty Hunter was a good show. Back in the day. I don't even know what dishes can bring up because I'm scraping the bottle of barrel here. But because I'm curious, I am curious what's going to bring up. I will say no.
Jordan, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Well, now I'm kind of to like everything's on a mediocre level, but I'll just bring up one because like
We're already there.
Yeah,
We've been there.
but when you look it up, it says that he's top billed, but when I watch the movie, maybe I don't know if he's top billed, but I want to bring up Timeline. So and I think that it's fun enough because I'm also a Paul Walker fan, and it's a cool story of these guys that find a wormhole and then they go back into like the 14th century in France, and they're just kind of trying to like I don't even know what they're even trying to do there because it's been so long since I've seen it. But I think that they're trying to like get somebody back or protect somebody, something like that. But it's like a rescue mission. But Gerard Butler's kind of like they say he's top billed when I look it up, but I don't remember him. I remember him being like the number 2 or 3 guy just on the team, kind of. But it is fun though. So yeah, it's one of those kind of just turn your brain off and have fun kind of movies. So I'll nominate Timeline.
JPO, what do you say about Timeline?
Never seen it.
Oh, okay.
Richie, what do you say about Timeline?
Never seen it.
Oh.
I've also never seen it.
Oh, dang. I'm the only one. Well, you don't really need to rush out. It's just very mediocre. So,
but JPO, we go back to you. What is one of the movies you want to nominate?
Batman, Dracula, Dragons, Reign of Fire. It's not that bad. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's some decent effects for the time. I was at least intrigued. It has a couple of moments where you necessarily don't know who's going to come and go. Yeah, Reign of Fire. Maybe let's put some dragons on the list.
I mean, to be fair, we've got some dragons on the list
Yeah.
already. Richie, what do
Oh
you
yeah,
say?
good
More
fucking
dragons.
point. Yeah, let's get some real dragons.
That's it.
Let's get the worst of the dragons on the
We'll put
list.
2 dragons. I mean, technically,
live
that's
action
bad, yeah.
dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, what a typecast, Gerard Butler, always with dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons. It's going to be in the sequel to Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be on. We still have a sequel. But honestly, another one in his filmography that I forgot he was in. But yes, it is a decent movie.
He's third billing. He's in it.
Yeah,
Third billing.
I know. I just it's one of those ones where I watched ages ago. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Looking it up, y'all. Just gotta look it up.
I know. Yeah, but it's a decent movie, and I don't feel like all the ones I was gonna bring up, they're at best okay. So this is one of the better ones. So I'll say yes.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of get what Richie meant though. Is like it's not one that you instantly think of when you think of Gerard Butler.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
But when you look at his list, then you're like, hey,
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that I'm pretty sure I've seen Rain of Fire once. I don't remember the movie that much. I do intend on going back to rewatching it. But just I'm in a similar boat as Richie. I don't think the other ones that I've seen that I probably would bring up are going to get in on this list. So I'm gonna give it a yes to Rain of Fire. But Jordan, what do you say about Rain of Fire?
Yeah. I mean, it's not one I really go back to that much, but at this point, though, it does fall into the category where if someone brings it up, I'll say yes, sure. I think that the movie's fun enough and just kind of creates like a cool like post-apocalyptic thing going on here, and yeah, kind of a little off the beaten path for Matthew McConaughey, but
All right, all
that's
right.
fine. Yeah,
What I love about
yeah.
them
So
dragons in high school. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, right. So yeah, I'll say yes, sure. Why not?
But that Rain of Fire is going to make the list, and it's going to close out the list too. But Richie, what are some honorable mentions that you
I
had?
feel like we've exhausted the one that I was going to bring up that I feel like no one had seen was it's a small movie called Dear Frankie. It's got Emily Mortimer in it as well.
Not seen
It's pretty good,
it.
pretty good. But I thought it was pointless bringing it up. I didn't feel like many people would have seen it. And yeah, and the other ones would just be like the sequels. There's movies where I think I like parts of the movie, like Gamer, I like parts of that movie and full part. So yeah, but then yeah, so it's pretty much it. Yeah, I was trying to think of like Gerard Butler like comedies. I'm like, no, unfortunately, I think it's like, well, I don't like The Ugly Truth. I think Beyond Your Name is better than The Ugly Truth.
No.
So so yeah, that's was it He Was in Mrs. Brown? That's back in the day. It's a good decent movie. Yeah. So maybe that, but like again, I didn't know anybody I had seen it. That was way back in the day. So yeah, I think we got the ones that we yeah. Actually, one that was a guilty pleasure. Hunter Killer is fucking dumb, but it's fine. It's fun, but it's not good.
But but yeah, I've seen Mrs. Brown, and I really like Mrs. Brown. It's a movie that I'm pretty sure Jordan has definitely not seen and not planning on
No.
seeing.
It's not. It's nothing to do with
I
Mrs.
never,
Brown.
I never even heard of this.
It's not like it's not like Mrs. Brown's Boys, but it's like
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, I know the one you're talking about. But yeah, like this was his first movie as well. Like it was back in '97, like about Queen Victoria and all that. But yeah, and as well as ones like I do actually like The Ugly Truth as a guilty pleasure. I do actually have fun with it. I wasn't going to bring it up for that reason though, because I know that a lot of people just don't like the movie anyway. And this is one that came up on the list, but it's like, but it's also one of those ones like I'm pretty sure he's not really a big part in it. So I didn't bring it up in the end. But Tomorrow Never Dies, he's listed as being in that. But
Oh yeah.
I think he only has a
I
small
saw
role
that.
in the movie. And I quite like the Shakespearean adaptation, Coriolanus. I think that's a real good Shakespeare adaptation. But Jordan, do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got just a couple. I would have probably brought up the Phantom of the Opera that he was in, because in the movies he's kind of like almost unrecognizable, but I kind of like what they do because it's less of a musical and just more of like the story. So that's kind of more up my alley. I mean, it is kind of dumb fun, but I would have said Gamer. I mean, and also shout out to Kate Mulligan, from the Schmodown. She's like a cameo in that. And then let's see if there's any. I mean, I kind of so I would have been fine having all three How to Train Your Dragons on it just because of his filmography. I just would have been all right with that. And then I'm okay on the movie Chasing Mavericks, where he's like a surfer like guy, like teaching another guy to surf. So yeah, it's kind of like a family movie of sorts. So yeah.
And JPO, what is some honorable mentions that you had?
Yeah, for the record, yeah, his three best films are the Dragon trilogy, so
Yeah.
I think they are the best that he's made. I guess I'm the only fan of Nim's Island. That movie's really cute and imaginative, and it's fun seeing Jodie Foster not be totally
seen it.
depressed. Yeah, Brian's got my back, yo. Nim's Island, we all sleeping on it. Honestly, that if we had kept going, Den of Thieves 2, I actually, like I said, I do enjoy moments of it. It feels like almost from a different writer and director, which it might have been, I don't even know. And then also previously mentioned by Malcolm, Coriolanus too is actually pretty decent if you're into that kind of stuff, and they're both giving really good performances too. If it's like performance wise, pretty good. You just have to be in a Shakespeare to a degree. So yeah, those would have been them. And Gamer, I hate Gamer. That's my least favorite Gerard
Yeah.
Butler movie.
Oh.
The good is so outweighed by the bad.
Yeah, that's very true.
So some that came up in the chat that hasn't been mentioned. Leo mentioned Dracula 2000. Tomb Raider: The Cradle of
I
Life.
thought about it, but I'm not even certain if I've seen it. It's one of those movies.
Geostorm, which had we
Nah.
kept going, I probably would have eventually put it up. And
That's
he
why I don't
also
watch
brought up
Greenland.
Gods of Egypt, which I never would have put.
No, stop
No.
I think you're just naming stuff we haven't said, not actual nominations. I hope.
Yeah.
I don't know Matt Ross. I wasn't going to assume that, but
I don't know.
But it's time to vote. And just to recap, we've got on this list, we've got Greenland, the animated How to Train Your Dragon, Law-Abiding Citizen, Olympus Has Fallen, 300, Den of Thieves, Plane, Copshop, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Rock and Roller, London Has Fallen, and Rain of Fire. Jordan, what do you have at number 12?
Number 12, I just have Rain of Fire. I think it just really
JPO.
squeaked in for me.
So I'm going to assume 300 is a lot higher for everyone. So I'm not going to say that until someone else says it. So I'm going to say Plane.
Richie, what do you say about what do you have at number 12?
Yeah, I got I'll go Rain of Fire.
Yeah, just because I don't remember that much Rain of Fire.
Right there.
But JPO, what do you have at number 11?
Plane.
Richie.
Let's go. You know what? I was gonna bring something else up to make kids keep saying Plane, but I can't. Plane.
I've got How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Fuck you.
Jordan.
And I've got
so offended.
Rock and Roller, just because I haven't seen it. That's all.
But it's going to be Plane. Richie, what do you have at 10?
I'll go Cop Shop here.
Speaking of How to Train Your Dragon 2, Jordan.
And I switched over to London Has Fallen.
And JPO.
Legitimately agree. London Has Fallen is next.
But speaking of How to Train Your Dragon 2, Jordan.
I have back to Rock and Roller.
JPO.
I've Den of Thieves.
And Richie.
I'll go Cop Shop.
Means we've got a four-way tie, so we're going to go to the chat.
You could have talked about it, probably. That would have been the
How to Train Your Dragon 2, Rock and Roller, Cop Shop, and
Den of Thieves.
Den of
Yeah.
Thieves. Which one of those four did you want? And
Brian and
Brian's
Leo,
got-
you know what to do. Hey,
Den of
that's my boy.
Thieves.
How dare you?
So,
Well,
That's the
actually,
right choice.
no. It's actually
Aw.
Leo that popped up. They both
okay.
showed up at the same time,
wasn't-
so
Well, there
I
you
just didn't notice. Leo's-
Shenanigans. I call it shenanigans just now.
go.
but Rock'n'Roll is going to be at 8. But JPO, what do you have at 7?
Den of Thieves.
Richie,
Cop shot.
How to Train Your Dragon 2, Jordan.
And rock and roller.
Rock'n'Roll is already at 8, Jordan.
Oh yeah, that is true. Okay, I'll switch mine to. Let's see. I'll switch it to a cop shop.
Cop Shop.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright. Richie, what do you have at 6?
Let's. I think that's probably it. I think it's a good spot for Olympus's for.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
You're going to sit on that for ages, by the way. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
high as a kite, Malcolm.
Yeah, right.
Look,
Uh,
no, it's one of those ones. I generally do like the ones that I've seen more than that. So.
Right, no, I hear you. You're high as a kite. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We're not
it's
disagreeing on any of that.
It's also so that I don't have to keep changing my whiteboard and type the banners at the same time. I haven't.
yeah.
It's not my intention, but it's why I always stick with my gun. But anyway, Jordan,
Yeah.
what do you have at 6?
Let's go with the mythological tale of Mount Olympus. And that Olympus has fallen.
And JPO.
Den of Thieves.
But it is going to be Olympus has fallen. But Jordan, what do you have at 5?
I think it's a good time to go with the Den of Thieves.
Jordan.
Law abiding. I'm just talking. Den of Thieves.
Richie.
Law-abiding citizen.
And you
How to Train
know,
Your Dragon 2.
Yeah.
but JPO, what do you have at
Law abiding citizen.
Richie?
Den of Thieves. I mean, law-abiding citizen.
How to Train Your Dragon 2, Jordan.
Law-abiding citizen.
Law Abiding Citizen is going to be at 3. And then we've got left. We've got the 2 How to Train Your Dragons and 300. I've
And
got
Green-
How to
yeah,
Train
Greenland
How to
as well.
Train
I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm confused because we've got a few left.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
jumped a number at some point.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have. I think I've done.
We have Greenland, How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2, and 300, I think.
Yeah, no, I've JPO as well. I jumped a number.
Yeah.
We are voting on 4 now.
Right.
Okay.
But Jordan, what do you have at 4?
I have Greenland at 4.
JPO.
Greenland.
Richie.
300.
Oh, then I've changed my vote to 300. I was just waiting for someone to say it. I changed my vote to 300.
Okay.
Just wasn't sure when it was happening.
So,
And I
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah,
You
don't
know
you
what?
pivot now, you son of a bitch.
this
Don't you pivot now.
Oh, you
I'm
gonna push the Greenland?
going to be a son of a bitch because I'm going to go Greenland and throw it to the chat.
Yes, let's go.
All right, you
Come
evil
on.
dad.
So
Greenland,
chat, the first
come
comment
on,
I see
chat.
Greenland or 300. What goes it?
300 rules.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I like the characters.
And it is Brian that comes in first.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's
bullshit.
go.
I want to see that.
Fine.
Did he come
Yeah.
in first, really? Did he
Well,
come
he
in?
was the only one that responded with one of those.
Yeah.
Brian, you're supposed to put 300. I Venmoed you the right amount of money.
Hey, Malcolm, go back
Yeah,
to
real quick.
your last guess or your last pick. Might be with you.
But now we've got the two How to Train Your Dragons at 300 left. Richie, what do you have at 3?
300.
I'm gonna go to How to Train Your Dragon 2.
And so do I. How to Train Your Dragon 2.
And JPO.
300.
Which means we're going to the chat. 300 or How to Train Your Dragon 2 at
Brian, animated guy, Brian.
But still, remember how good 300 is.
Remember animated dragons?
Yes, but Leo got in first.
Damn it! Wait, what do you say?
Yeah, let's go.
I haven't even seen one free.
300 rules. Zack Snyder fan. Do it for the Zack Snyder.
Look, I know what people wanted to do. They wanted 300.
Zack Snyder, whose best
3.
movie is still like a B+ tops. Go back to making music videos, you fuck. Sorry, that was mean. Zach, you seem like a nice guy. You seem like a nice guy. I'd hang out with you.
I know what people wanted. They wanted 300 at number 3 because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you screwed up the alliteration. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
But with that, we're going to number 1, which is between How to Train Your Dragon and 300. Jordan, what do you have for number 1?
I can't remember if this is the movie where they say tonight we dine in hell. It might be, but it's 300.
JPO.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Richie.
How to Train Your Dragon. And if you wrote How to Train Your Dragon on your board, Malcolm, all you needed to do was roll off the 2. If you wrote it again, that's kind of weird. It's funny. Anyway, How to Train Your Dragon.
Shut up.
Hey.
Yeah, it is.
It's precisely what I did.
They do say tonight we dine in hell. I was right. Okay.
Yeah. But with that, our top 12 Gerard Butler movies. At number 12, we've got Rain of Fire. At 11, we've got Plane. At 10, we've got London Has Fallen. At 9, we've got Rockamola. At 8, we've got Cop Shop. At 7, we've got Olympus Has Fallen. At 6, we've got Den of Thieves. At 5, we've got Law Abiding Citizen. At 4, we've got Greenland. At 3, we've got How to Train Your Dragon 2. At 2, we've got 300. And number 1 is How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Solid list.
But with that, next week's ranking is going to be the redux of top 12 Pixar movies. We did that really early on, initially in on ranking, so it's going to be good to get around there because there's a few movies have been released since we did that once. So be interesting. But Jordan, where can people find you online?
You can find me over on the Movie Hero Network YouTube channel. Just go there and you can see us doing tournaments, doing tier rankers, of all kinds of stuff. All this week, we're doing our friend of the show, Matt Majot, aka Soda. We're doing his top 128. So that'll be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we got a pretty packed week because on Saturday, we're also doing our next episode of Best to Worst at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're doing a series ranking our favorite family movies of all time. So this is be episode 4 of 4, and then we'll have a championship. So that's all happening. So there'll be stuff Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week on the Movie Hero Network. And if you want to keep up, we have a Facebook page where you can go just under Movie Hero Network, and that'll give you all the updates. So yeah.
JPO, where can people find you online?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? You can find me over at the Periscope. We always have some trivia shenanigans, countdowns, all that sort of fun stuff here. Find me over at Pierce Wrestling, some wrestling-related content there. Speaking of wrestling, Thursdays at 10, me and Richie the Pez and the Barber who talk wrestling on our Mark's channel. Real Pro Wrestling, you check out other company I help run in Florida. We just had a great show last night in Fort Myers, so stay tuned to that YouTube. Those matches will be coming out, I believe, starting Thursday, around Thursday, give or take. We had a great show, so very excited to see that uploaded. And if I'm all over the place, use the Movie Hero Network, I'm on the channel sometimes, popping up over wherever I can as your dirty little video horror.
And Richie, we can do find you online.
You can phone me over Tournament Fights. I'll be on a Matt Show's episode on part 2 on Monday, so that should be fun. You can also find me on Wheel of Movies. We do that every second Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. This week we're doing Big Daddy with Digging into the Sandman. We're doing Big Daddy.
For Father's Day, right? It kind of ties in.
Sure. Yeah. We don't coincide with that. Then as you said, late Lonely Marks, we're going to try and sort of organize some sort of a game night thing. We'll see. So we're doing a game night there on Lonely Marks, and other than that, I pop up here and there on PSCO and other trivia spaces. Check me out there.
And you can find me on Tape for Productions, those rank every week. Next week, we're doing top 12 Pixar movies. You can find me on my own personal channel, Malcolm Zurich Media, hosting Spear from the Past. This week, I'll have Jacob Barber on to talk about Breaking Point 2009, which should be interesting. And you can also find me popping up this week on the Movie Hero Network on Matt's Top 128 and the best worst of Top 12 family movies, which for some people, 12 Angry Men and Casablanca are family movies.
Who knew?
That brings us the end of Rankin this week. But until next week, we'll see you as I will go out on.
And we have one chance to save this planet.